Hello everyone, Kayla here, and today I'm bringing you an updated version of my wash and go routine. Now I will add this note for people who maybe are new to my channel. If you are someone who has tried everything and nothing is working and you just can't seem to coax your hair into a wash and go and you are a type 4 natural, I highly recommend that you go and look at my other wash and go routine because there's more like to do in that routine, and so it really helps to get the hair into whatever your curl pattern may be. It might not be the same as mine, but I can tell you that I have heard a lot of people tell me that that routine, after nothing else worked for them. This routine is for my people who are looking for more simplification. They are trying to do less. Maybe they've been wearing wash and goes for a while. They don't need to do all of that that's in my other video to get their curls popping. So talking about this video, the main difference in my routine now is that I no longer use a curl cream. It's straight up leave-in and a gel. And the technique for the most part is the same. I do usually use that same technique all over my head, but from time to time, depending on the slippage of the gel, I will actually go in and do kind of like a cross hatch or go this way and that way type pattern with less sections and just apply a glob of gel. I tried to capture that in the video, but I did it right here in the front of my head, which is like logistically kind of funny and weird to do. So you'll see in the footage with me trying to do that in that spot. All right, so enough of me blabbering away. Let me go ahead and get the tutorial started.
So first thing, I like to do my hair in the shower so that it remains soaking wet. And I usually do my wash and go while I'm rinsing out my deep conditioner. So I don't just fully rinse it out and then start the wash and go. I only rinse the section that I'm going to style. So that's what I'm doing in this clip. I am removing the deep conditioner from my hair. And then I'm also adjusting the shower because my husband is only slightly taller than me and he is always readjusting the shower. Now I turn the water off and I go to apply my leave-in. I am using the Giovanni Direct leave-in. Someone put me onto the fact that Massage Warehouse is once again selling the large sizes. Back in the day I used to go on there and check for that size and it was always unavailable, so I'm happy to have it again. And I apply it all over the section, and then I go in and split the section so that I can apply it where, you know, obviously you can see that there's like no product at the roots. I have thick hair, so applying it all over is not going to get the conditioner everywhere it needs to be. Next, I'm going to actually part my hair so that I can start applying gel. And the gel that I'm using is the Wetline Extreme. This is the new formula. They did change the formula, so it's a little different, I feel. And that's about how much I'm applying. You know, it's a sizable blob. You want to apply enough gel so that your hair doesn't feel like, oh yeah, I rubbed the gel in. No, your hair should feel coated in the gel. And note that I'm also trying almost to straighten my hair like someone would with a flat iron, and then I go in and rake it so that it isn't stuck together in like a mono curl. Is that a good word for it? And then I pop the ends by shaking it, and that separates the curls a little bit better to further avoid mono curls. And I'm showing you guys, like, that's how I measure an inch. I use the top section of my finger to help me measure an inch. I'm gonna go in, partition off another inch, and then I'm going to go in with more gel. Again, apply tons of gel. Apply too much gel. Just apply enough to get your style to set. I see a lot of type 4 naturals that do not apply enough hair gel, and then they wonder why their roots are puffy, or they wonder why their wash and go didn't last. You ain't put enough gel, girl. Now, of course, I know you see that I'm doing this without speeding it up. Yeah, we can't do that. So I'm actually going to speed it up so that you can see the front of my hair, and I can show you the other technique that I mentioned. So when I do this technique, I apply a lot more gel because the sections are larger. Because you can't do this technique with a super skinny section. It just won't work. And so you see me doing the regular raking motion that I would normally do, but then I start trying to rake it to the side. Sometimes, depending on like the position of the section, I'm able to come in with two hands and do them at the same time. But because this is on the top of my head and it's in the front, it's kind of awkward. I just have to take turns raking downward and then raking from left to right. But I have actually in the past done my entire head with this technique and gotten the same results as going row by row, except it's faster. Now I've taken all the sections down. This is what I do when I am done going through my entire head. And I don't know, I don't think I included this step that I'm about to do in my other video. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually add a little bit of water to my hair. Now, I will tell you that you can't do this with every hair gel. This is definitely a per gel basis that you do this technique. But after I do that, I smooth the leave-in and gel throughout my hair. This really helps with product distribution, and it also will help with curl definition. It kind of gives you that extra, and y'all heard me say in a couple of videos, water wave effect. And it also will help if you tend to get conditioner spots. It'll help you prevent a couple of the conditioner spots where, you know, where you have like white residue just because you just have a lot of conditioner in that one spot, or a lot of gel mixed with the conditioner. Now, I also come back in with a little bit more gel, not too much, about as much as I would apply to one section, and I apply it to my ends first and do the same smoothing motion, and then I go back in and apply some to the top of my head, because with the rinsing sometimes there'll be a little bit of frizz at the very top of my head, like a frizz halo, so I try to get rid of that. And of course, you know, I'm going to rub at that part, because see, that right there would turn into the conditioner spots that I was just talking about. And then final step, I'm going to cover my face and shake my head. This kind of does the same thing as the shaking in the rows. You're just trying to pop those curls apart so that you do not end up with mono curls.
This is not the same wash and go from the video because I jetted out of town after I filmed that video, but this is the same products and the same technique, just a different wash and go. So I will get a little closer for you to have a look. My hair would be even more banging if Wetline had not changed their formula. If you would like for me to do a video talking about the new formula, I can and I will, because my husband unknowingly picked it up, so I tried it.